What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Thursday, and that does mean we have Thursday night football, so it's going to be a good one. Divisional game within Green Bay at Detroit, hosting the Green Bay Packers. The Lions take on Green Bay in this spot. It's one where a lot of people are expecting points, fireworks. We're going to break down the game from a line, a totals perspective, as well as the props, and at the end of this video, I will share with you guys my best bets. So if you can, make sure you guys all like, comment, and subscribe down below. If you are a part of the TBM family, appreciate you guys. Also, become a channel member today. If you do like the picks that I'm doing, it's a great way to give back. Also, we're going to use Outlier to kind of go through the best bets and the insights and betting trends in the market. So a lot of premium content we're going to be giving you guys. So please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, let YouTube know that we have the best football picks out there, and you do like what we're talking about. That's the best way that you can do that here on the channel. Also, give me a follow on X. The handle is in the bottom left of your screen if you have not done so. That's kind of where we do postings from time to time on that platform. But let's get down into it. Like I said, though, in a previous video, I am kind of under the weather, so please excuse my voice and a little bit stuffed up. So, but we're still going to show up every day for you guys. Appreciate it, and let's get into the picks, okay? And that's where we're going to look at some of the insights and the data from Outlier. First and foremost, we are going to get into the game in itself, and this is where we look at the public betting right now. The majority of the bets are on the Green Bay Packers in terms of the money, as well as the over. 81% of the handle, albeit 62% of the bets are on the over. So a little bit of an edge in terms of the Packers and the over. Okay, Packers are getting 3.5 on the road, and the total was set at 51.5. 51 is that key number, so that is going to be the number that I do look for. If you guys want to do a little primetime same game teaser, I probably will be doing that. Taking the over and Green Bay, taking that up to 10 points, plus 10. So a little 6.5 point teaser I probably will be doing in the same game market. I do that from time to time in primetime spots, and I see that being an avenue worth betting for tonight's contest, okay? So let's get into my picks a little bit more so. To make the case for the over, I want to share with you guys something here. This is where due to Thanksgiving and kind of how the holiday felt, every team has had a full week of game prep. They're both familiar. It's a divisional game. Defenses have a lot of injuries on both sides. And in these matchups between Green Bay and Detroit, we have historically gotten a lot of points, okay? The over has hit in 4 of the last divisional games on the road for the Packers. I know that right now, if you've been watching Green Bay football, they have looked to run the football a lot more. Okay, so Josh Jacobs did not hit his yardage last game against the Dolphins, but I do see an avenue where against the Lions here, rushing, receiving, Josh Jacobs going over. I do think that he gets over his rushing prop, getting 17.5 plus carries. Also, I do think there's some interest within Jordan Love, right? Taking him over his carries as well. Over 2.5 carries. I think he gets closer to 4 in this game. And that's kind of where we look at it. Big fan of Josh Jacobs going over his rushing. Also, Jahmyr Gibbs, right? Rushing, receiving within Gibbs. I want to share with you guys some insights within this game real quickly, okay? And that's kind of where we're going to go into Outlier. And I'll show you guys exactly what's going on, okay? If we want to look at the Jahmyr Gibbs, this is where you can look at the 54 rushing and I'm sorry, that's for Jameson Williams. But if we go down to Gibbs, I want to show you this, right? It's not pulling up, but basically the numbers here for Gibbs that are worth telling you about, okay? 88.5 rushing and receiving yards. That'll be a bet that I'm making against the Packers. He's had at least 4 catches. Also, he's had over 90 scrimmage yards in basically 90% of the games that they've played in their last 10. This is something where he's right around this number, but the divisional number is a little bit higher, so I do see him getting 85 plus scrimmage yards within rushing and receiving, where he could even eclipse 100 rushing and receiving. So Jahmyr Gibbs going over the total rushing and receiving. Also do like that for Josh Jacobs, more so a lean, but I like the Gibbs number a little bit better. Also, I am going to be betting David Montgomery anytime touchdown, okay? I think this number is way too low. David Montgomery minus 150. That is a spot that I do like quite a bit. Usually this number is hovered around $2, minus $2. So if we can get under $2, we get it at minus 150. That's some value, and that's kind of where I'm looking at it in terms of anytime touchdown, where I'm going to be on David Montgomery. If you want to look at this over a half touchdown, he has exceeded that in 14 of his last 18 games. So I'm taking David Montgomery anytime touchdown. He also has the potential to get 2 touchdowns in the spot. Last game against the Bears, failed to produce a touchdown, getting into the end zone. But it's a decent matchup against Green Bay, right? 12th in touchdowns against, 11th to running backs. So I do think that David Montgomery and Gibbs have the potential to get into the end zone, as always. But I am going to be taking David Montgomery, a little bit more value, minus 150, where I do look for Montgomery to find pay dirt and score a touchdown. Also, we're going to look into Jared Goff, okay? Jared Goff right now, the Green Bay offense is high flying. They put up a lot of points, but I do think it's an avenue where Jared Goff has not really thrown the football a lot, okay? I know the last 2 games he went over, but under 32.5 passing attempts I do like also. But the best bet I'm going to make is on BetMGM, minus 115. We're going under 22.5 passing completions, okay? He's averaging about 19. And this is where you look at this number cashing 80% of the time in his last 10 games. So going Jared Goff under 22.5 passing completions, I see some value in that. Okay, and then the final bet that I'm going to be making outside of that same game teaser, this is going to be just a play on the game in itself. I'm a fan of the Packers. I know they're on the road. I know they're playing Detroit, but for my money, I think Green Bay is the right side. The handle agrees with me as well. The injury reports are there, so I'm going to grab some value, take the points. I like Green Bay, just due to how banged up their defense is. So I think that Josh Jacobs and company really do find a way with Matt LaFleur's offense to get in the end zone, and taking plus 3.5, there's some value on that. So give me Green Bay plus 3.5. That's something where the Lions were able to win in Lambeau by 10, where we saw this game a couple weeks ago. But this is something where they have a lot of injuries. It's a different team. Also, we do see the argument that Jordan Love is playing great football. He played a great game against Miami on Thanksgiving, and I think that's where they stay rolling. They get it done on offense, and if it is a high-scoring game, it could go either way, but taking the field goal and a half, I think that's where the value is. So lean towards the over and Green Bay plus 3.5 in the spot. I'll put them together, do a little same-game teaser as well, but that will be my best bet, my best bets, I should say, for tonight's contest, okay? So I will pull up the final plays. Make sure you guys all like, comment, and subscribe down below. We're going David Montgomery anytime touchdown, Goff under 22.5 receptions, Green Bay plus 3.5, and Gibbs over 85.5 rushing, receiving combined in this spot, okay? Also, Kraft, you could go receptions over. I do like that quite a bit, as well as the Jahmyr Gibbs numbers. He's been kind of Goff's favorite target, but I do think that this is going to be a run script with a potential where defenses are banged up and they attack that front 7 on both sides. So a lot of rushing, a lot of swing passes. Also, I did talk a little bit about Jordan Love over his rushing 2.5 rush attempts. I like that one quite a bit as well. So that's where I'm at for the Thursday night game. Good luck with your picks. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you all in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Cheers.